Okay, here we go. So, any of the ones you don't know here, like this one here, probably, right?
Well, we just did, was that one My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean?
No, this one, Marine's Hymn.
What is Marine's Hymn?
Never heard of it, but you could probably put it through
Okay.
YouTube, actually. Um, and
I
then just
I'm
kind of,
He
can you sing
knows
it?
it. Can you
you
sing
know
it?
what? I can't think of it. I just know the title from something. Like I'll know it when I hear it. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
we
and
should.
just play it on YouTube. You probably get an idea for it, and then play it on the piano as well, just to double check. It's for that major third. Um,
Major third. Do we want to get up and look at the piano? We've got a keyboard here.
nice.
So it works out pretty well that we have these music theory lessons here.
And this is interesting because it's telling you um, what the interval is called, and then also how many steps. So steps would be like basically semitones or tones.
Right.
So what they're saying here as a step would basically be one tone. So when it
Okay.
says half step, that just means one semitone. So I would have just said how many semitones, and then they could have said like one, two kind of thing.
That's minor second.
I'm dreaming of a.
Oh, I get that one. I think of Jaws.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Da-da-da-da. Let's hear the major third. That would be a C and E. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Hmm.
I've been practicing those notes. The sight reading where you're like, oh, it's note recognition
Nice.
on musictheory.net.
And actually, I'll bring up Music Theory again, musictheory.net, because they have a um, an interval training
Do they?
ear stuff as well. Yeah.
Ooh,
So I'll bring it up here.
good.
Cool.
We we
Here it
don't
is.
have stat.
Okay, so if you go to musictheory.net and then click exercises, they have staff identification stuff, staff construction, which is just the same as staff identification, but
Okay.
identification, they show you the note and then you have to tell them what it is. Whereas construction, they say they say the note and then you have to put it into the correct spot. So it's kind of like it's good to have that like back and forth where it's like it's not just
Yeah, totally.
like if you're learning it one way, it's just
That's what
seeing
I
it
need.
and learning it that way. But the other way, it's kind of like you have to kind of think and go. It's like with learning Spanish. Um, I find that if I learn the words, I still find it difficult to speak it. So it's kind of like reading it is kind of like from the page to my mind, whereas speaking is from my mind to the page. So it's good to practice both of those. So that's where the
Yeah.
staff construction is useful. Keyboard
Cool.
identification, you're probably fine with that. Although that would be useful to see like patterns on the keyboard for like chords, for instance, or identifying interval patterns on the keyboard. Fretboard identification, you play bass, right?
Yeah, I do.
He does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, I
I
thought you
would
did
like
too,
to
Morgan.
learn.
She fools around with it.
I don't play it though. I don't know the
Oh, okay.
notes.
So no, you. What I'm thinking of is you're doing the bass for one of the lessons on the
Yeah.
on on like the MIDI bass thing. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, on
that can still be good.
GarageBand.
If we click on it, let's just see what it looks like. The only thing is it shows you it shows you only as guitar, but I mean you can still by learning this you can still basically learn the bass as well because you've got little e up here, big E, and then you've got you know E A D G, which is the same as the bass.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that can be useful.
Okay. I'm gonna have to study that.
And then we got ear training. This is the one that you want here. So let's see what they have. Keyboard ear training, note ear training, interval ear training. That's the one we want. And let me just do it one more time so you can hear it. Okay, so bum, bum. What would you think that
Bum,
is?
1, 5. Perfect fifth.
Nice, yeah. And where do you think what I thought for that one is dun 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 dun. Oh we oh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or I think also
I
a fifth is
I
bum
remember
bum ba da da dun dun.
I remember harmonizing in choir class, and the way that I remembered that was like always jumping up to the five. So I would go 1, 5, 3.
Nice.
So that's how I remember it is because it's the five.
Nice. It's cool when you get really good at this stuff too, because you'll be like out for a walk and then you'll
Yeah.
like hear some birds singing and you'll be like, oh, those birds are singing in thirds
Did you
or
get
something.
it? Did you get the 5, 1, 5?
No, I was gonna guess major third.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Because it sounds makes sense because it sounds consonant.
Yeah.
Um okay, so
Yeah.
let's do fifth here. Bum, bum.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Major
Us-
second?
Usually what I do is
Uh,
I sing a scale
mm-hmm.
first. So if you know this scale, bum bum bum
Mm-hmm.
bum bum. Like if you sing
Mm-hmm.
da na 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 dun 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 dun.
Mm-hmm. I can repeat the interval. So that's a skill, but I'm stuck on this one, honestly. Um 1, 4, no.
Oh, so
One,
Scott
3, 3.
Scott said
It's major third.
major second, right?
Yeah.
And what's your guess, Morgan?
It's not major third. Minor third.
What is actually major third? I'm pretty sure.
It is a
Yeah,
major third?
yeah. Because if you click well, I don't want to click on it because it might take us to the next question, but I'm pretty sure it's major third. Yeah, green. And the way I was able to do that, I was a way that I was taught with my mom, which was you sing the first note and then you sing the scale up to the next note and see if it fits within the scale.
Okay.
The major scale. So can you sing the major scale?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Nice. So there you go. Now you can always do major and perfect because that contains that's basically unison, major second, major third, perfect
Third,
fourth,
fourth.
perfect fifth, major sixth, major seventh, perfect eighth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you sing, can you sing the minor scale?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Nice. And that's so
Do,
now you can do that with
re,
also
sol, fa, mi, re, do.
that will be one minor second, minor third, perfect because perfect fourth and fifth are always perfect. Perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor sixth, minor seventh, and then eighth. But
Right.
that's if you're doing the natural minor scale.
That was the harmonic minor scale, I think, because I flatted the sixth and the seventh.
Okay, I heard it
Unless
as
that's
like a natural minor.
oh natural, but
Dun,
is it
dun,
natural
dun, dun,
minor
dun.
minor sixth, major seventh? Or no, that's harmonic. Where it goes up one way and comes down a different way, is that harmonic?
Oh
Can
yeah,
we
yeah. So that's if it goes
cover
up one
what the
way, down a
different
different
minor
way, it's
scales are?
melodic.
Oh, yeah.
Melodic.
Yeah, yeah.
Melodic.
Which is
Can we
weird because I
cover?
never used that one. But apparently the reason why they used that was for singers because it was easier to sing sharp six and seven than it was to just sing a sharp seven.
Can we cover what the different minors are and what makes them different?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, one sec here. Oh, actually, you know what? On your keyboard there,
Yeah.
I want you to play from A to A and hit all the white keys in between. Natural minor.
Okay,
Okay.
that's natural minor.
Yep. And
Do, so that's m major second,
oh,
minor
minor second.
third,
Or I think it's hold on a second. I think actually maybe you're
major
correct there.
second,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're
minor
correct there.
third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor sixth, major seventh, perfect eighth.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was actually I think I was wrong there when I said that it was the minor scale was always minor second, but actually I'm pretty sure you're right. It goes major second first.
Yeah, major second. But it, did I do that right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, exactly. Major second. Yeah. Major second first. Um,
What did I just do?
You hit
and
the.
so if you want to
Yeah.
do the next level up, I would say is harmonic. And that's when you raise the seventh note. So instead of it being the seventh, some people count up the seven, but I always like to go down because if you think, okay, the one is the eight, then you just take it instead of counting up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you just go one and then step back one. So if we're on A here, step back one, we're on G. So that just means you just have to sharpen the G. Yep.
Okay.
So same scale, but now you're just going to sharpen the G when you go up, and that'll be harmonic minor. Oh, starting on A there.
It's A sharp.
Is that right?
Hold on. So you're going to start from A.
Thank you.
You're going to start from A, go to A, but the only one you're going to sharp is G. There you go. Harmonic
Ah,
minor. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Scott's really good at picking things up right away. I am not.
Nice. And
Okay,
do
so
you play piano, Scott?
A little bit. Like I took organ lessons as a kid, and I fool around on a synthesizer in a band. So
Nice.
I know a little bit about it, like building actual chords and playing harmonies and all that. No,
Yep.
I'm
All
not
right. Right
there.
on. Cool.
I can play a good bass line on a synth or whatever.
yeah, we
Nice.
jam.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I always say to people, like some people, I had a student who always thought that improving or like uh or jamming was basically like like noodling around. Like she felt like, oh, I should be sight reading music or else I'm not doing anything. And then I
Yeah,
have other students who are the opposite, where they're like they hate sight reading and they just want to jam. And I
Yeah.
yeah,
always try to say for the ones who are big on the sight reading that actually like there's so much beneficial things that you can get out of just improvising.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
But
for sure.
it's definitely like a two-winged bird because one feeds into the other. Like the thing is, if you know a bit of music theory, and then it's like I always thought of it like going to I always the kind of like the metaphor I would use would be like, or the analogy I'd use would be like I go to like Canadian Tire and I see like some type of new tool or something, and then I'm like, oh, what does this thing do? And then I bring it back, and then I like like, but obviously I don't buy the tool, but like you go to the music theory book and you get this like little idea, and you go, what does this cool little tool do? And you bring it back with you, and then you kind of like improvise with it, and
Yeah.
then that's how you
Yeah.
actually learn that thing. Because if you just learn the thing from the book, it's just like this heady thing, and it doesn't stick as well. But like if you learn it and then bring it, it's like this nice back and forth, then it like the two sides will like really strengthen each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you've got
I
the
agree with
natural
that.
minor. Was that sorry?
I agree with that. I think that that is true and is happening right now with like my ability to like work with music and like make decisions. Like I feel like that's in process of happening, working with you on stuff and then like
Nice.
getting back and sitting down, and it's a slower process. Like I'm being more intentional with my music making, but it's yielded some pretty decent results so far. So
Nice, nice. That's what the thing is I'm not seeing on your side is because we talk a lot in the lesson about like, the theory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the part I'm not seeing is obviously when you go off on your own and just play
Yeah.
around with it.
Yeah.
But
Right. I
it's
need to
cool to
use
hear
it
that you're
more.
doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about it more. I haven't got to the point where I'm doing like composing in my desktop computer because I know we've talked about this a couple of times, um but I have been taking initiative to like work on things like oral skills or like work on um just other things.
Nice, nice. And I
Cool.
mean, like the thing is, you get like an idea of something, and some people think it has to like click, but
Yeah.
sometimes it can literally be just that like you get the idea and you kind of it's you're not really thinking about it, but it's kind of like floating in the back of your mind, kind of. And then you're
Yes,
like messing around
100%.
with friends or whatever, and then you do something, and then it's kind of like you're like, oh wait, that was kind of like the thing I was thinking about. And then little by little, it's just like next thing you know, like you're like, oh, I totally understand this concept. And it was
Yeah.
like it just like slowly grew. It wasn't like like I explained it. It's like boom, now he's like, ah, you can do it perfect. I think a lot of people
Yeah.
think of it that way, but it's more, at least for me, it's always been like I talk about something with like my teacher, and I kind of understand the idea. And maybe if I ever try to like force it, I get frustrated. But if I'm just like, okay, whatever, I kind of understand. It's like this floating nebulous cloud,
Yeah.
whatever thing, and I'm like, it's kind of there. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. And then sometimes I'll just like be jamming or composing or something, and I'll be like, I'm just gonna try some whatever was there. I'm just gonna try to incorporate it somehow. And then that's when the questions that naturally arise when you're doing it, that's when everything starts to click, because then now you see it in actual physical reality and you're like, oh, that's why they do it this way, or that's why, this and that. And so it makes a
Yeah.
lot more sense in that way. But okay, so natural minor scale and harmonic minor scale. Now try the melodic minor scale. So you're going to go from A to A, and you're going to only sharpen the 6 and 7. So you could count it as you go up, like dun, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's 6 there. Yep. And then you lower them coming down.
That's
Yep.
So,
melodic minor.
okay.
Yep. So I think of that one as like half minor and half major.
Good idea to write that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll just bring it up on the thing here, and I'll send you that as a.
Okay.
You don't have to write it down. No worries. Okay, one sec here.
Do you have any recommendations for like books that we should follow or something like that? Like, I could work on like saving up for like a music theory book or try to find one that maybe you could get access to somehow.
I have a music theory book. Maybe I could send you some like pictures of the pages and stuff. But
That
I
would be cool.
I remember there was this one um I used to do, and I would literally just open it up and flip to like a random spot and then read something about that. Like you can go sequentially, which can be useful in
Yeah.
some degrees, because like obviously if there's like a really complex thing or whatever, but I think a lot of it's just based off of like if you know note recognition. That's why I was trying to really show you that. Like
Yeah.
if you practice the note recognition thing, especially with that app, and you just get good at like you see the note and you just immediately know it,
Yeah.
that is the foundation of all music theory. So if like and intervals too. So music note recognition and interval recognition, and then you can just pretty much open up to like random pages on like I had this music theory book. Just flip to a random page and you can start to read through some stuff, and then just just by knowing the notes, it'll make sense, because they're just talking about basically, oh, here's a pattern with the notes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I think. Okay, let me
Cool.
open up this
I should
piano
really
thing
look.
here.
I've got like a collegiate level music theory book somewhere.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure I didn't get rid of it. So I should dig that out and start looking at that.
Yeah.
What's collegiate?
Collegiate, like a level of education, like
Like college level.
college
Oh,
level.
right. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so that's I like to do it with a A minor because it's just so much more obvious when you because there's no sharps or flats.
Right.
So yeah, natural minor, and then harmonic minor, and then the last one, melodic minor. We're gonna have to make this two-part.
And that's
So wait,
melodic,
so
right?
the melodic minor, is that just on the way down? Is that just the same as the natural minor?
It comes
Exactly.
up
Yep.
one
Okay.
scale, yeah, and comes down the natural.
Yeah, and if you're trying to sing it, I like to think of this second half as being major because if this
Yeah.
was an A major, this would be a C sharp, and it'd literally just be that scale. So you're just thinking of it as like minor for the first few notes here, especially for that third.
Okay.
And then I think of this as like if you're trying to do it by ear. But the thing is, it's weird with melodic minor, they teach it, and I learned it so many years ago, but I don't think I've ever incorporated it at all into anything. The only thing I ever play is
Yeah.
probably like natural minor or harmonic minor.
It would be cool to try to
I
incorporate it
I've
though.
used
Yeah.
it a couple times. It's
Oh,
Cool.
nice.
fun. It fits well in, certain
Nice.
soundscapes.
Cool.
And here's a really interesting thing that you probably like is if you go A to A, that's Aeolian. Actually, just play this on the keyboard. So go play from A and play up the scale to A again. Yep, so that is Aeolian, more popularly known as minor scale, natural minor scale, right? Now let's move it up
Yeah.
one. So you're going to start from B and you're going to go from B to B, all the naturals again. Yep, that's Locrian. Okay, go up again, C to C. That's Ionian, otherwise known as major scale. Go up again. That's Dorian, which is used a lot for like Celtic harps and stuff. I think we're tuning the Dorian. And then,
And funk.
oh, and funk. Nice.
He
I didn't know
says,
that.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
He knows this, but
That
this is
makes sense,
putting things
actually.
together for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, now from E to E is Phrygian.
Phrygian.
I think they used some people used to recommend that rulers listen to only Phrygian music because they thought it made people more bold. They're
Huh.
like, it'll make people more bold and they'll be better leaders. So they're like, they
Okay.
can only listen to Phrygian music.
That I'm writing down.
He's writing that down.
I really like Phrygian because to me, because of my synesthesia, it's like this nice dark blue color, and
Yeah.
it reminds me of like climbing up a cold mountain or something. Okay, and now the next one, F to F. This is a really nice one too, which I see as purple, and it sounds kind of more airy, which is it's called Lydian. Yeah. Yeah. Now it can be useful to see what the difference between those are and its closest kind of relation. So this would basically be like an F major scale or key signature. The only
Okay.
difference is that in F major, it's a B flat instead of a B natural. Sorry,
Got you.
Okay.
I guess probably have to. Yeah,
That's
try it with a F G A B flat C D E F.
That's Phrygian.
No, this
Is
will be
F
Mixolid. Sorry, Lydian.
Lydian.
Yep.
Lydian is F.
And then F natural.
And
Or
F.
F.
Yeah, and then for F major, it'll be B flat instead of B natural.
So just substitute a B flat. B flat. C sharp.
Yep. So you can hear do, re, mi, fa. Now we're back to the major. And so, but when you do, you don't want to do everything back to the major. Sometimes you want to do it back to the minor. Because if you did Dorian, so Dorian is from D to D again. So let's just hear that.
Dorian? I don't remember. Dorian. Okay.
Yep. Now its closest relation would be D minor, which is a B flat. So try it again, D to D, but this time you're going to flatten the B. Yep. Now, if you wanted to make it harmonic minor, this would be kind of weird because it's a C is the seventh. We'll make it C sharp. This is a cool one because like it goes from a black key to a black key, and it's like nice. It feels nice when you play it because it has this like these two fingers kind of connect with the B flat and the C sharp. So try
Okay.
D to D with a B flat and a C sharp.
With a B flat and a C sharp.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. There you go.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
harmonic.
Yep. And now, okay, so we're on Lydian. If you go G to G, it's Mixolydian. And I always heard that one as being like kind of like earthy, almost like you're on a farm or something.
Mixolydian.
Yep.
I'm sorry, my
No,
crazy
that was
hand.
correct. Yeah. And that is closely related to G major, which has an F sharp. And then if we go up one more, we're back to A, which will be Aeolian again. Nice. Now the thing is, you can do this for like any key signature. Like let's say you're in the key of C minor. So let me just hold on a second. I'm gonna open my on-screen keyboard. But yeah, if you're in the key of C minor, there's gonna be three flats. And actually, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till the thing comes up because explaining it without showing it is way more confusing. But it's taking a bit, so maybe I'll start. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so we got the E flat. So for C minor, and can you hear my piano by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. So yeah, C minor has an E flat, A flat, and B flat. Okay,
Okay.
but if I wanted to do, let's say, remember when we did like A to A? It was Aeolian. But when we wanted to do Dorian, that would be up essentially four from the minor. So this, if Aeolian is the minor, then one, two, three, four. So we start on
Okay.
that, and then we just do D to D, and we have Dorian, right? But if we wanted to do Dorian connected with the C minor scale, then in one, two, three, four, this is where the Dorian would be, but we'd still have to keep the flats. So it'd be like, does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. I mean that I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that. We don't have to go too much into that, but right now.
That's
But
gonna take some reviewing. Like, I think I'm gonna need to review that one.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
hard
no
to
worries. Do you have
review.
some questions on it, or do you want to talk
Yeah.
about something else for a bit?
Well, actually, so I want to review so that I can remember what the different notes are. So we've got Aeolian, which is A. B is B is what?
Oh yeah, so let me just write this down on. It's Locrian, and the way I remember it is like
Locrian.
Loch Ness
Well, you
monster
wrote
because it
this
sounds.
down for me before. I should have like a reference or something printed, but I don't have that here with me at Scott's
Yeah, no
house.
worries. Yeah, so you got
I need to sit down and actually make that circle of fifths poster.
Locrian, and then we have Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian,
Mhm.
Mixolydian, And then we're back to Aeolian again. Um,
Okay.
Now these are called modes, okay? So let me just explain.
Yeah.
The thing is, these are the modes for the they just call them the Greek modes, but they're basically for the natural minor scale or like the natural scale kind of thing, like A B C D
Okay.
F G. But the thing is, you can have modes of all sorts of things. You could have a mode of a blues scale. So think of it more as like a degree, and this is a really fun
Okay.
thing to improvise around with, by the way. So actually, let me open. No, I'll just do it here. Actually, it's better to kind of explain it this way. Okay, so from A to actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it down here. This comes back to intervals, kind of. So from A to B is what, a tone or a semitone? Do you know?
A to B would be a tone.
Tone. Yep. So this pattern is gonna be tone first. I shall use yellow tone. Okay, how about B to C?
Is a half step semitone.
Yep, semi. Yep. And then if we just keep going up like that, we'll keep going tone here, D to E, tone, E to F, semitone, F to G, tone, and tone. So you can see
Got
this
them.
Aeolian or minor scale,
Yep.
its underlying pattern is tone, semi, tone, tone, semi, tone, tone. But
Okay.
a much easier one to remember is the major scale one, which is just tone, tone, semi, tone, 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 semi.
We have
Okay.
white wall here, white wall.
So,
In high school, we remembered that as whole, half, whole, half, whole.
yep, you can do that too. Sometimes people will say WH like that, whole half.
Yeah.
For some reason, I always went with well, because I think the reason why I went with tone and semitone is because they used to say whole tone, half tone, and
Oh,
I
okay.
like to say tone and semi.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, you can literally just say whole and half, so you can completely like. So I mean, it wasn't really necessary of me to do that anyway.
I
But
was just drawing the connection. No,
yeah, no, no
your
worries.
way is probably better. So,
Oh, either way works. So tone, tone, semi, tone, 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 semi. So that's major. Now the thing is, if we go to the next, uh, what's it called now? The next mode, we're going to start on the next one. So instead of starting on the first tone, it's just going to be tone semi, and then tone 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 semi tone. Because essentially we've taken the one. All you're doing is taking the one on the very left, and you're moving it to the very right, and the whole thing kind of shifts. Because
cool.
now essentially these are all the same here like this,
Yeah.
and then it's only this one that's kind of moved up here.
And it does this for every mode. So the T or the S that's at the end moves to the end of the
Yep, exactly. Like if we do the
phrasing.
next one up, what do we start with? A tone or a semi?
A semi.
Yep, exactly. And we're gonna go semi, tone, tone,
Tone,
tone,
tone, tone,
semi.
semi, tone, tone.
Yep, exactly. And then the next one up, we just do it again. This time we're gonna go tone, 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 semi. Um, tone, tone,
That's a
semi.
cool pattern.
And then the next one up is going to be tone, tone, semi, tone, tone, semi, tone. Next one is tone, semi, tone, tone, semi, tone, tone. And then we have semi, tone, tone, semi, tone, tone, tone. And then we have back to the tone, tone, semi, which was the original tone, 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 semi. And this one here will be the full loop around. So we've done this one here is the same as this one here. So
Cool.
this is because this is the underlying pattern. But let's say we had a completely different pattern, like a blues scale. You could also call it like degrees. Like if we said that this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then you would just call this one the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And this one, the 3, 4 kind of thing, etc. 7, 1, 2. Okay, so it's basically like the way I like to describe a really good way to think about it is think of it as like a tree. You have these different branches of the tree. It's the same exact tree, but just the it's the worst tree ever. But yeah, the same exact tree, but like um when you're doing like this one up here, let's say, you're putting the branch the bird's nest on this branch. And so it flies around the tree, but when it comes home, it comes back to here. It comes back to this branch. Whereas if you do like let's say this one down here, then maybe that would be like this branch over here. So it's the same exact tree. It's just how are you organizing everything around that and where are you coming back home to? Fly around the tree, that's your melodies and stuff and the song and yada yada. And then when it comes back to resolve, boom, it comes back to the one, which in this case is on a different degree.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why, like, what can happen is that when I play, like, let's say this one up here is C major, which would be like a C major scale. But let's say I'm playing like one of the ones down here, right? Like, I think a semi, so this one here. This one here is a Phrygian. So let's say I'm playing Phrygian, right? Um, but the thing is, our ears are so trained to want to hear it resolve back to the major or the minor that what happened a lot with me when I was playing in Phrygian is my ear would always be like, and we come home to C. So it's almost like you're trying to have the bird's nest on a different branch, but the bird keeps flying back to another branch. Um, you know, even though they're as their home essentially, even though you're not actually trying to have them have the home there. So that's one thing you gotta have to kind of fight with your own ear, kind of to make it so that you're not always kind of going back to a different um, mode essentially.
Right.
Any questions?
Uh, you? No, I'm pretty solid on this.
I feel like the best way to learning this stuff
I feel like I
is
need
the back and forth. Yeah. So if you
to
have any,
study.
what's that? Sorry.
I need to sit and study it.
Yeah, and also yeah, and the questions will come up naturally too. I think
Yeah.
the thing is if I just talk about this stuff, I'm like blah 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 blah. It's all just going one way. But I think the best way to learn is when you're going okay. Well, you kind of heard that, and then you kind of think about it a bit, and then you go okay. But what about you can also ask AI about that stuff as well to get some confirmation on that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, and I mean, let me ask you a question actually. Um, so that's because if I ask you a question on it, then it can help you to understand it better. So
Okay.
let's say let's play G major. So I want you to play G major on the scale on the keyboard. I mean, and that'll be from G to G with an F sharp. Nice. Okay, now that's G major. So we're gonna go up one degree to make it Dorian. So now where do we start? What note do we start on?
To make it Dorian,
Yep.
A.
Nice. Now see if you can play Dorian. And remember, you have to keep the same key signature. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you keep that F sharp.
Okay.
Okay, then that's kind of like the family tree. It's almost like the different like degrees. It's like the I see a key signature because I was trying to put things into analogies to help me understand them better. But I see like
Yeah.
the key signature as being like genetics or something. And so you've got like your family, and then you've got like G to G with an F sharp is like one of the family members with the F sharp genetics. But then you've got like the next one up is like another family member. They're still part of that family, same genetics, but they're just starting on a different degree, so it's a different expression of that kind of.
Yeah, that
And so
makes
just
sense.
just think of it as like how like as you go each up
It's
one,
genetics. It's all
they're all
genetics.
kind of related to the same to each other essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you go to like let's say the uh if you go to
Excuse
the
me.
key of E major, which would be E to E. Actually, wait, let's go to D major. So we're gonna go from D to D, and we're gonna have an F sharp and a C sharp. So just go D to D, but make sure you sharpen F and C. Nice. Okay, now we're gonna do Phrygian in that mode, which is the third. So basically, we have to go up two. So what note do we start on?
F.
F sharp. Yeah, because
Right.
that's the genetics of that family essentially. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Perfect. There you go. Yeah. Now that they would call that F sharp Phrygian, but that's fine and everything. But it's useful to also see like what family it fits into. So F sharp Phrygian fits into like the D major key signature family.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can be like, oh, that's because they both have F sharp and C sharp. Yeah.
Phrygian. So it goes Aeolian, Dorian,
Oh, so after Aeolian is Locrian.
Locrian, then Dorian,
Then Ionian.
Ionian. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I just wanted to be Dorian. Um,
You love Dorian, yeah.
yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna have to look at this honestly, Will. Like I'm gonna have to sit down and study, and I will commit some time to like carving out um this, but I'm not gonna retain it from this session. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. And here's how you can play around with it. Always go to A minor because there are no sharps or flats.
Okay.
Because you don't want to add in more complicated what sharps, what flats
Yeah.
do I have, and yada yada. You just want to keep it like, okay, what degree is it? And then you can always relate everything back to A minor or C major.
Okay.
But yeah, so here's how you can play around with it: is with your left hand. I want you to play an. Let's do Dorian actually, because you like that one. So we're gonna do Dorian in the A minor family essentially, which has no
Okay.
sharps or flats. So we're gonna do D left hand. We're gonna make a chord D F natural A. Yep, and then just play that as a solid chord. Dun. Yep. Okay, now you've got that solid chord. I want you to come up with a little. You're gonna hit the solid chord and come up with a little melody in the key signature of Dorian, essentially with no sharps or flats. Nice, and then you can move the chord if you want to. Like you can move it up to an E if you want. It'll be E G B. Yep. But because we're in Dorian, D Dorian, we always want to come back to that D chord because that'll be kind of the nest that the bird's coming home to.
Okay.
But okay, now let's keep going up with the chords. So I'll show you all the chords you can find in this key signature. You've got. I'm gonna bring up my chord here. Yeah, exactly. Yep. You just keep moving them up there. As
Okay.
long as you have those are the triads. So as long as you have a triad, and you're keeping it in the key signature by having no sharps or flats,
Okay.
and then you, as long as you come back to the D, you're still in Dorian. I really like to go between D and G major because it sounds like an epic adventure. Like has like a very like you know
Cool.
going on like an adventure
Yeah.
kind of feel.
Cool.
But yeah, so just play around with that. Maybe I'll ask you a couple questions here and then we'll wrap up. But okay, see, we're gonna be in the family of A minor. And what do I mean by family of A minor?
No sharps or flat.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, exactly. So but actually, you know what? A better way of saying it would be like the key signature of A minor, because that's just what most people think of.
Yeah,
I'm
no
just
sharp
giving that
fall.
an analogy of the family thing. Um, okay, so in the family or the key signature of A minor, um, I'm trying to word it in a way that would help. Well, I guess we could just try it out. Like, do you know what note we'd have to start on for it to be Lydian? Just take a guess. I know it's going to be a little tricky because you gotta kind of work on memorizing that kind of thing, but
Uh, I don't know.
F.
okay, no worries. Do you have an idea, Scott?
He's got an idea.
F.
F. Yep, exactly.
Good
Nice. So
job.
actually, that's the one, two, three, four, five, six. That's the sixth from A. So if we were in the key of, hold on a sec here. So I'm gonna make this F minor key signature. This will basically be Aeolian. Now, what note would we have to start on for it to be um, Lydian in this context?
Mm, A.
A will be
No.
if we're on A, this would be if we relate it always back to A minor, it would be like A B C. So A flat would actually be a C major. You can hear it has that major sound. So one way you can play around with this is always go back to your ear, because when you do this one, it'll sound major. Okay, so this one here from the A to the F, you knew it was the F there. So we're going to think in terms of degrees. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so if we apply that to this F here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then the Lydian will be the D flat. So then if I do from D flat in the same key signature, now we've got D flat Lydian in the family of F minor. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Okay, so Morgan, I'll send the. I know you wanted to focus on the interval recognition thing, I think,
Yeah,
and we definitely went off track on that,
that's okay.
but that's fine, just free flowing.
I learned a
But
lot of stuff today, so that's really good. And we were able to apply some of the stuff that we've talked about before that like
mhm.
I still need to sit down and actually like work on that.
Yeah, that's actually the thing is that we talked about it before, and then like I was saying before, you'll we've planted the seed of it, and you'll kind of be thinking
Yeah.
about it in the back of your mind, and then we'll talk about it a bit here and a bit there, and little by little, like it starts just to click together just by talking about it.
Yeah.
But one
Yeah.
thing you can do with this website before we wrap up here is you can click this gear icon up here. It can be useful to do um, all of the different intervals
Okay.
together. But if you sometimes it can be more useful to break it down to just a few. So maybe
Oh,
you
that's
just practice
cool.
like just deselect all of them except for like major third, minor
Hard ones.
or sorry, minor third, major
The
third,
ones
perfect
that I
fifth,
have
perfect
to-
fourth, and then just I usually find that doing three, even though I've got four here, I usually find that doing three is good, and then once you've got the third, you've got them all pretty good, then just add one more.
Okay.
Or sometimes if you find that like you are pretty good with all of them, sometimes it can be good to take away a few. Like maybe you're really because you're really good with a fifth, right? You got that one right off the bat, so you probably take
Yeah.
that one away, and maybe you get really good with the fourth as well. So you take that one away, and then you've got like I don't know, like two fourths, where maybe you're good with minor third, major third, but you've got two fourths which are kind of new.
Yeah.
but just kind of play around with that. You know, it could be like 1/3 that's new, or it could be like um, you know, two thirds that's new or whatever, right? But
Yeah.
I found with my students, if you do them all, they won't learn it as quickly as if you do just a couple of them, get really good at those, and then do a couple more, get good at those, do a couple more. Because if you do
Okay.
them all, the brain's like, oh, what the heck? And it doesn't have anything to really grab onto. If you do a couple, the brain notices the pattern and then it's like, boom, boom, boom. It gets good at that pattern. And then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. And then you do this pattern. And then when you eventually, do them all individually and then you incorporate them all again, then the brain is like, oh, I know this as this group, this group, this group, this group.
Yeah.
And it just incorporates it so much quicker.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Thank
All
you.
right.
I will work on that.
Awesome. We'll have fun jamming and thanks for the lesson
Thank you for
or
the
being part of the
lesson.
lesson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right, you
Bye.
Bye.
too.